Hey, what's going on, y'all? My name's Gino, and I'm going to be showing you 12 important builds for any survival world, whether that be solo or with your friends. Now, this is in no particular order, so let's just jump straight into the first one. First on the list, we got one of the most important builds for my personal realm, and that's going to be the Creeper Farm for your never-ending firework and TNT needs. Now, this right here is 4 stories high. We have a little spawning platform where you stand. It's pretty simple, just kind of straight to the point. But on to the next. Going into number 2, we got our realm's personal favorite, and that's going to be the Gold Farm. When I say this thing produces so many pigmen that the Trident Killer can't even keep up with the mobs it's producing, so you literally have to help kill the pigmen or else the realm will start to lag a little bit, well, probably a lot of bit. But when I say that this thing produces enough gold to where it truly doesn't matter with the help of this super handy sorting system, that may be a little bit overcomplicated, okay, a lot bit, but it just gets the job done. Number 3 is going to be the Guardian Farm. Now, the Guardian Farm on our realm is actually doubles as an XP farm as well. So when I say that this is the best AFK XP farm, this is the best. Next on our list for number 4, we got one of, if not the most important thing to build, and that's a cow farm. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a cow farm, it could be any type of food source farm. You can automate these types of farms to where it makes it a whole lot easier. Moving on to number 5, my favorite thing to build in any survival world, and that is a map wall. So my personal goal for any type of realm that I have or world that I have is to have a large and small map in every city that I'm building, just to show that kind of everything comes together. And if we could do map art, that'd be pretty cool too. Jumping into number 6 on our list is going to be the wool farm. Now, this is going to help for builders as well as alternative netherite mining, such as, bed mining, or even nether projects that require you to strip mine a large area within the nether. Beds make that a whole lot easier. Moving right into number 7, we got probably the cleanest looking build, and that's going to be our slime farm. Now, one of my homeboys built this in our realm, and it looks amazing. And as you can see, it's just a giant slime producing lots of little slime that help with all of your redstone and building needs. Number 8 on the list is probably a must-have build for any current world right now or realm, and that's going to be your villager trading center. Now, even with the nerfs coming to villagers, still recommend this as a really cool build, as well as one of the most useful builds that you can have in a survival world. Maybe you need a specific book for an enchantment, or maybe your goal is to have one of every type of villager inside your trading hall. Whatever the case may be, this is probably one of the builds that everyone must have in their realm. Now, coming up on number 9 can be the easiest yet one of the hardest builds, and that's going to be a mob spawner XP farm. Now, we're using a skeleton spawner, but it can be any type of spawner. It'll just kind of differentiate what type of farm that you have to build. But one thing that I do recommend is any XP farm that you build, always keep an enchantment station next to it, just so that way it makes it easier for you to enchant, so you don't have to keep going back home to the farm. Because I know from personal experiences that can be more waste of a time than just enchanting there. Number 10 on the list is going to be just kind of like an easy life hack that's probably going to make your Minecrafting so much easier, and that's going to be your auto smelter. Now, this thing can be as big or as small as you'd like and work much faster than manually loading each furnace, so highly recommend for beginner players to get yourself an auto smelter, as well as late game players to build that giant auto smelter of your dreams. Now, number 11 on the list, due to some updates, is not necessarily a must-have build, but I personally still build one in every single world that I make, and that's going to be the Enderman farm. Now, Bedrock kind of nerfed the spawn rates, and that's the reason why it's not as effective as it used to be, but still helps with early game XP grinding if you don't already have an XP farm of another sort, as well as ender pearls if you happen to need some ender pearls. Last but certainly not least, number 12 is the Minecraft builder's most important build, and that's going to be your shulker farm. Now, this is definitely an endgame build, Definitely one of the most difficult builds that I've ever had to make. I died many times, fell many times, had many close scares, but at the end of the day, once you see how many shulkers you can actually get and how important it is to be able to move storage all the way across the world, well, that's going to wrap up today's video. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you want me to make tutorials for any of the builds in the video, as well as which builds you'd like to see in the next video, let me know down below, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our future videos.